Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to the channel. And today I want to talk about, as in the title it says, I want to talk about the gatekeepers, the trolls, and the know-it-alls on social media. And I even wore my lovely appropriate shirt with my warning on it because some of my opinions might offend you. So if you get offended really easy, you probably don't want to watch this video because I'm going to just pretty much just let it all fly. And I'm sure I'm going to upset some people. But recently, I've been working on, for those of you who don't know, I actually have two other YouTube channels. I have this music channel, which is Rock Talk 101. I have my band channel, which is Silverflow. And then I run an outdoors channel that's called Bravo Bassin. I do a lot of different outdoor stuff on that channel. So if you guys are into outdoor stuff, go check it out. And for those of you guys that have already checked out my other channels, thank you. I appreciate that. And for those of you who subscribe to it, I do appreciate it. But recently I've been working a lot on the outdoor channel. And one of the reasons why I didn't get a video up last week is because I was busy doing stuff because I got some business ventures I'm working on with the outdoor channel, and I was really tied up doing that, and I didn't get a chance to shoot a video for this channel. And I hate missing things and stuff, but sometimes that's just how it works because I got a lot going on currently. But I wanted to talk about this because in the process of what I'm working on, I had posted a just a picture on Instagram about something that I was making. It was a custom thing that I handmade myself. I cut the wood out, did everything. It's a project I'm working on that I'm not going to talk about on here. But if you guys want to know what's going on, you can go to my Instagram and see what's going on, or eventually it'll show up on my outdoors channel. But anyway, long story short, it's a handmade thing. It's something that I totally am making 100% by hand and stuff. It's something for the outdoor community, and it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I started doing it. Now, the first thing that happened is I got one of the gatekeepers of the social media thing on Instagram that literally is like, oh, you better be careful. You better not do this because if you make something that resembles somebody else's stuff, you know, they're going to frown upon that and da-da-da-da, talking about the community that it is attached to. Now, to set things straight, I'm not a part of any community. I don't do Facebook groups. I don't join little groups, and I don't become parts of these little cliques or whatever that every community has. Because everything I do, doesn't matter whether you're into music, if you're into hunting, fishing, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're into, Nerf guns, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're into, Star Wars, there's always these little cliques and these little groups. And all these people are the people that are going to tell you what you can do, how you can do it. And they're all going to tell you everything they know about it. And they're going to tell you you're wrong. And they're going to tell you, they're going to give you all their opinions and everything. And if you disagree with anything that they say, then they frown upon you. And then they shun you because you're a bad person because you don't agree with their crap. And it's in everything. It's in everything. Like on this music channel, I get people that like tell me what I should do on my channel. They tell me what videos I should make, how I should make them, what I should be doing, how I should record. I mean, they tell me a long list of shit that they tell me that I should be doing. And this is how you should do it, and this is what you should be doing, da da da. And you should do this and do that, you know. And my response to them is, if you want all that, go start your own channel because that's not what I do here, you know. First thing is, I'm not an expert in anything I do, okay? I'm not some amazing musician. I'm not some expert in playing. I'm a guy that likes to play guitar. I like to record my songs, and I like to get them out to people. I used to gig a lot. I haven't done any gigs in several years now. I kind of got away from that because I got tired of band members coming and going and just dealing with all the junk that goes in it. And now I just like to jam in my room. I have some people I jam with, and I like to write my songs, record my songs, and put them out. I can put them out on iTunes. I can do everything from this room. I don't have to go out and tour or do anything to get my music out there. And I've been enjoying that. You know, now that I'm older, it's kind of nice. I play the drums, I play bass, I play guitar, and I sing. And I do bring in some singers and stuff and other players to record on my stuff. But it's what I've been doing for the past couple years, and I've been enjoying it. You know, but you wouldn't believe how many people tell you what you have to do on your channel, tell you what you can and can't do, what you are allowed to do or not allowed to do on your own channel. And these are just people. It's not like YouTube telling you. It's like these people, they leave comments, or they'll leave crummy comments and say you suck or whatever and everything. And then when you respond back to them and tell them, you know, okay, don't watch my channel or whatever you say, because I'll let you have it. If you're a dick to me, I'm going to be a dick back to you. And then they get upset because they're like, oh, how dare you say that to me? I'm going to unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. I don't care, okay? I make videos because I enjoy making videos, and I try to make videos that you probably like because I make videos the way I would like to see them. And I just put out stuff that I like. And if people like that and it helps people, that's great. Because my goal with my channels is to hopefully help people out. It's not to sell you anything. It's not to become YouTube famous. It's none of that bullshit. It's just me being me, doing me. Okay? And if you want to do you, start your own channel and do you, but don't tell me how to do me. You know? And it's so crazy to me because these people come out of the woodwork and will tell you, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. I mean, this one guy that just hit me up on my Instagram thing was telling me that, you know, I can't make this. If I do this, it's going to upset this person or that person. And then tell me, like, you know, I need to get permission to do this or permission to do that. And I got newsflash for you. I don't have to get permission from anybody to do shit. If I want to make something because I have the skills to make it, I'm going to make it. That's like telling me that if I decide I want to build my own guitar, I can't do it because Schecter already makes guitars or Gibson already makes guitars. So you can't make guitars because they make guitars. I mean, it's madness to me that people think they can tell you that and think they can dictate to you what you can and can't do, you know, especially when it's my channel. My channel, you get my opinions. It's my opinions. You are allowed to have your opinions, sure. If you want to share those opinions in the comments, that's great. But if I don't agree with your opinions and I tell you I don't agree and you get pissed off, that's your problem, not mine. If your feelings get hurt, that's your problem, not mine. And if you don't like my channel and you don't like what I'm doing, why the F are you freaking watching it in the first place? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if I click on a video and I don't like it, I just click off and go watch something else. I don't comment. I don't make any nasty comments. But if I click on a video I like and I see something cool, I say, hey, that was awesome, and I leave a positive comment. That's what I do. I don't leave negative comments on people's stuff. If I don't like it, I just click off of it and I move on to the next one. It's very easy to right-click and just go to the next video. But these people seem to think that they need to give you your opinion and tell you what they think, you know, and it just kills me because I'm not out here trying to be some shreddy guitar player on my music channel here. I'm just a guy that's trying to share what I do. That's it. That's all I'm doing, you know, and I review gear that I like. I show you guys the gear that I have and I play, and I've pretty much run through it all. I haven't got any new gear in a while. I'm showcasing some of my older stuff currently that I've been doing. But, you know, I'm not trying to sell you anything or give you a bunch of bells and whistles and stuff. I'm just trying to do me, you know, and that's what I do on all my channels. My outdoor channel is the same way. I'm no expert when it comes to outdoors, but I do have a lot of experience in a lot of things in the outdoors, and those experiences that I have is what I share. The knowledge that I do have with what I do is what I share. I don't sit there and try to tell you things or act like I know something when I don't do it. You know, I'm not some expert. I'm not some expert on guitars. I just love guitars and I play them. I'm not so expert on amps. I give you the specs on the amps when I play them. I like to plug in, turn the knobs, and play. That's what I do. Same thing with my pedals. I'm not an expert, but my goal is to try to help you guys out. When I do a demo of a piece of gear, it's just to let you guys hear it, sound it, and see if you might be interested in buying it because I like it and that's why I have it. It's not to sell it to you. And then I'll give you a link if I can to it so you can find it quicker than trying to search for it. You know, I'm not trying to sell you anything. You know, I don't try to sell you anything on any of my sites. And these people, like some people think I have sponsors. I don't have any sponsors. I'm just a guy that lives in the woods that has a cool studio that I built, you know, for my thing. And I make videos, you know. I don't have any sponsors. I've paid for everything I have. On every channel that I do, everything that you see, it comes out of my own pocket. Nobody's giving me anything, you know. And it just kills me that these people, like you have gatekeepers that like, oh, you have to do this and you have to contact this guy and you need to get to know this. Like this guy told me that I need to, you know, get to know people in the community before I can start making this and putting this out there and doing that and stuff, you know. And originally on that whole situation, I was just making something for me. You know, it was something for me to do, for me and my wife to do and have some fun and maybe a few friends. But now that guy has pissed me off so bad that I'm going to turn it into a full-blown business. And I've already made some connections to make that happen because it pissed me off so bad that all I did was show something that I made from hand, from scratch, thought it was cool that I was able to create it into something that I can use and enjoy. And then I got a bunch of people telling me that I need to get permission to do this and I need to make sure that it doesn't resemble somebody else's whatever and stuff, blah, blah, blah. You know, in the guitar and music industry, man, that would be like somebody saying, well, you know, here's an orange amp here, but I have a Marshall amp here. But they resemble each other because they're guitar amps, they're 212 cabinets, they're built similar. One's just made by Marshall and one's made by Orange. And that's like telling one of these companies, well, you can't do that because that resembles that cabinet, so you can't make that, you know? That's just freaking ridiculous to me. These people just kill me. And there's so many of them that just come out of the woodwork. And my wife has a YouTube channel because she does artwork. She does mosaics and stuff. And I told her, you start getting trolls after you get over 100 subscribers. Then you'll start getting these weird comments and stuff. And then as you get more subscribers and stuff, it gets worse and worse. And then once you break over 1,000, that's when you really start getting the trolls coming in and stuff. And it's just crazy. I did a video years ago talking about the situation with Amy Lee and Jen Majura. And the only thing I basically said in that video, to make it short and sweet, was that there's more to the story than we're being told by either side. You know, something else transpired. You know, wasn't trying to be a dick, because I love Evanescence. I think Amy Lee's an amazing singer, but I really like Jen Majura as well. I think she's an amazing guitar player. She seems like a pretty down-to-earth person. But something happened. Whether we ever find out, we're not going to know. But you wouldn't believe how many fanboys and girls came out of the woodwork and attacked me just because I wasn't going to just like accept the narrative that got fed to us and say, no, there's more that went on than that. There's something else that happened. Something else went down. And I got attacked for it just because I'm reading between the lines. Like, excuse me. I don't sit there, when the news tells me something, I don't believe that shit, because I know there's more in the story. They're telling you a narrative of a story. It's not everything that happened or the facts of everything that happened. The news is full of crap, and that's usually how everything is when you get it. You got to dig to find out the truth yourself, and it just kills me how many people will just jump on that bandwagon. I'm not a fanboy of anybody, nobody. I have played with famous bands, I have met famous people, and I treat them just like I treat everybody else, because they're just people. They may have more money than me. They may be more famous than me, but they're just people. I have no starry-eyed, googly-eyed thing for anybody, because they're just people to me. They're no better than me. They're no worse than me. You know, I don't look at it that way. But these people that are so obsessed with these people, and then they think they can tell you, if you don't agree with something, or you do something different outside the box and they don't like it, man, they will just come at you on social media. And then when you disagree with them and you give it back to them, they get upset. Like, how dare you? You know, they can call you an asshole, but if you call them an asshole back, they get upset. It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. But it's just been cracking me up, because like every time I get one of those comments, I'm just like, really? Really? You know, on my outdoors channel, I did a review talking about, it was actually an air rifle that I was talking about, that they marketed it as a budget-friendly air rifle. It's really not a budget-friendly air rifle, and if you want to go see that video, you can go watch it. But I didn't have anything against the air rifle build quality or the accuracy of the air rifle. It actually is a pretty decently built, shoots pretty well. I had a problem with the fact that they're marketing as a budget-friendly air rifle, which it is not, and it's going to bleed you dry in the end for the cost of shooting it and stuff. And I just tried to explain that. You know, I even like the company that makes it and stuff. And so many people came on and defended that had bought it, and I was like, they totally missed the point. It wasn't bashing the gun. It wasn't bashing the quality of the gun, the accuracy of the gun. It was just saying that this is not a budget-friendly gun because of the fact of the cost of what it costs you to buy the air that you have to buy to shoot it, instead of buying a gun that you can pump up yourself or air up yourself, or buying a break barrel. It was just madness. And people just flipped out. But that video does so well. It's so crazy because that video has blown up. Has 4,000 or 5,000 views. It's just crazy what it's got going on. And it just constantly gets comments. Just because I was pointing out some facts. And I actually listed the facts and everything. And I guess in this day and age, people don't like facts. Like, if you actually give them facts, true facts, they don't like to hear the truth. It's like, we don't want to hear the truth about things, you know. It's just kind of like, even in the music industry, like, you know, the truth of it is the gigging and touring and playing live is dying because of AI. AI is going to destroy the music industry, and I've already talked about this in some other videos. AI is going to crush it, because AI can write hundreds of songs in minutes, where it takes an actual artist to do those over years, you know. But AI can spit them out like nobody's business, and people are literally doing that. They're spitting out hundreds of songs a day now, and now even when you're putting your stuff out on iTunes, it's so overwhelmed with all the AI music that you trying as an artist trying to get my music out there is very hard now. You know, and AI is going to crush it, you know, and AI is taking over. Some technology is good, a lot of technology is bad, you know, and I will say that because the biggest thing I learned even on tour is keeping your rig simple was less problems. The more complicated your rig was, the more problems you would have on stage. And that's going to be the same thing with the AI thing. That's a whole other thing. But this whole thing with these gatekeepers, like, you got these little groups and cliques that think they have to control everything. And you guys know, in the music industry, you guys know, there's these little cliques on the internet, these little groups on the internet, and they try to control the narrative of everything and stuff. And if you're doing something outside of that, man, they just attack you. You know, you got the guys that think, oh, if you don't shred and play 100 miles an hour, then you suck as a guitar player. And then you got the diehard Gibson people that if you say you don't like Gibson, they lose their mind. How dare you say you don't like a Gibson guitar? You know, and it's just there's all these little groups and these little cliques, and it's in everything. Doesn't matter what you do, it's in everything, and it just cracks me up. And it just blows my mind that, you know, all I'm trying to do is just make some videos that I enjoy doing. You know, this video stuff is therapeutic for me, you know, and I enjoy getting in front of the camera. I used to not like it, but now I really enjoy it. I just like sharing what I'm doing. I like sharing what I'm doing on the music side of things. I like sharing what I'm doing when I'm doing my outdoor stuff. I like doing my band channel things, you know, and I enjoy it. And I like it when I get comments of people that comment and they say that the video I made for them really helped them, because that is my goal. My goal is to help other people. If I can help you out in any way to help you with something, like when I did my Boss GT1000 videos, I did a series of videos on the Boss GT1000 showing people how to program it, because the manual it comes with sucks, and then getting online and trying to read all that stuff sucks too. So I did it step by step, walking you through how to set that thing up, how to program it, how to create patches, how to change things. And those videos have been great, and they've helped so many people. And that's what I try to do on my channels, is put stuff out there that will help you or show you something maybe you haven't seen or didn't know about that you can go check out and see if you like it yourself. And when I talk about like how I record raw in this room. Okay, when I record, I plug into an amplifier, I run it through my Boss GT1000, and there's 2 XY mics on my camera that I'm filming with, and that's what you hear. It's the room sound. I'm not running through a mixing board. I'm not trying to clean it all up and make it sound like it's a studio quality recording that was made in you know, some crazy big production music studio or anything like that. I don't run through a mixing board. It's the raw sound coming out of the amp and the guitar straight into the microphones in a room, just like it would sound like if you walked into a Guitar Center and plugged in and played that amp or played that piece of equipment. That's how I like to do it, because it gives you the reality of what it's really going to sound like in a room when you're playing it. So if you go into a music store and stuff and you want to check out a piece of gear, that's what it's going to sound like. What it sounds like when you're sitting right there live in the room. I'm not cleaning it up through a mixing board and doing all that stuff and then going into post and cleaning up and doing a bunch of crap like that. I just give you that raw sound because I think that's more what people would like to hear. Now, I get a lot of people say, oh, you should run that and clean that mix up and do that. Why? Because then it's not what it really sounds like. You know, I want you to hear what it really sounds like, you know, and I do my best to do that, you know, with what I got. I'm a very keep it simple, stupid guy. I like to keep it that way. But anyway, that's kind of my rant, you know. There's so many people out there that are gatekeepers of whatever you do and stuff. And my piece of advice, and I'll say this because I do it on this channel, is that if you guys are doing any social media, just do you and stick to your guns. And if somebody makes a comment and they make a crappy comment, then bust them out on it. You know, tell them they're a dick, call them an asshole. You know, I don't put up with it on my channel. You know, if you come at me and say some crappy crap to me, I'll light you up like a Christmas tree. And I'll keep lighting you up as long as you keep commenting. Because the thing for me, the more they comment, it boosts my algorithm. So I kind of do it to egg people on, because the more comments I get on the video, the more they're going to, YouTube, the algorithm's going to like, well, this is getting commented on. They're going to boost it up my algorithm. So all those trolls and all those gatekeepers and stuff, when they comment, actually help your channel. And I'll tell you this, and a guy that I talked to years ago, and it's on my outdoors channel because he's a fishing guy. He made a comment. We were chatting back and forth a lot the past few years. And he told me when I first was starting out, he goes, your best subscribers are going to be your haters. He said the trolls and stuff are going to be the ones that make the most comments, and they're the ones that are going to blow your channels up. That's just how it is, you know. And it's so true, because I get good comments, but then the trolls, man, when you get a troll, when you get a good troll, they will post comments for days. 8-10 comments and blow up a video if they don't like what you said, and they just blow it up. And you can't take it to heart. You got to laugh at it for one thing, because they'll say all kinds of stuff. They don't know you. They don't know anything about you. So I just laugh at it. It's funny to me because the fact that they feel like they have the right or the power to do that and tell you what you can and can't do on your own YouTube channels, or tell you what you should film, you know, and stuff. I ask from time to time if there's anything you guys might like to see, and if I get an idea of something that sounds cool or something I'm interested in, I'll make a video about it. You know, I had a guy that had asked me, I was doing something on my outdoors channel, and he asked me if I could show him how I made a certain attachment for one of my knives because I did it by hand. And so I made a video showing them how I make that to attach this certain thing to a knife. And I did that because I felt that was worthy of doing to help somebody out. And he appreciated it, and it's got several views teaching somebody how to do something, and that's what I do. So things like that I love, you know. If somebody asks me something like that, I try to answer questions the best of my ability. And if I know the answer, I will give it to you. If I don't, I'll say I don't know it. You know, I'm not going to give you some bunch of crap or anything. And like I said, I'm no expert. I'm not an expert in any of this. You know, I love to play, but I'm not an expert musician. I didn't go to school for it. I just picked up a guitar and started playing. I learned all by myself, man. I learned how to use all this shit by myself. Nobody taught me any of this. I've learned how to, from playing with other people and things like that. It's on everything I've ever done. It's always been hands-on for me. So anyway, that's kind of my rant. I just think it's funny that all these people are out there and you got these gatekeepers of these communities and stuff, and they're like, you can't do that. It's like, you shall not pass. Like you're watching Lord of the Rings or some crap like that, you know? And you're just like, seriously, dude? Yeah, no, you don't get to tell me what to do. You're not gonna tell me what to do on my channels. You're not gonna tell me what to do in my life, you know, and stuff. I try to live my life. I keep to myself. I do my thing. I try to make sure that whatever my thing is isn't affecting other people. You know, you live your life your way. I'll live my life my way. You do your channels your way and your social media your way. I'll do my social media my way. It's that simple, you know. You don't get to dictate to us. You don't get to dictate to people that are doing social media how we do our stuff. You know, it's our channels. It's our social media. If you don't like our social media, stop watching it. Go watch somebody else's stuff. You don't have to watch my channel. Nobody has to watch my channel. You know, nobody has to watch it. You know, you don't. Don't watch it. If you don't like what I do, you don't like the videos I make, you don't like what I'm doing, then just click off of it. Go watch something else. It's that simple. It's really easy. It's like, click, next. It's not hard. So, anyway, that's my rant, guys. That's my video for the week. Hopefully I'll have some more videos coming and stuff. I got some things that I'm thinking about doing and stuff. And that's the other thing. I'll leave you with this. I don't try to put out content just to put out content. I try to put out content that actually means something to me and could eventually mean something to somebody else, you know. I don't want to just do content because, like, oh, I never like to feel like, oh, I got to make a video, you know. Because if I don't have anything to make, I'm just not going to put something out there to put something out there. That's just not how I do my channel, you know, and stuff. And if that hurts me in the algorithm, I guess it hurts me in the algorithm. But I at least want to put out something that's worthy of putting out. And when this stuff started happening, I thought this was a good video to talk about this, you know, to talk about these people that just think they can tell you whatever they want to do and tell you how to do your stuff. And it's just laughable to me. It's very laughable to me that they think they can do that, you know. And I guess they just got miserable lives and nothing better to do. But anyway, that's all I got for you. That's my rant for the week and stuff. I hope everybody's doing okay out there. I hope their summers are going good. Summer's kicking off in full swing now. And we'll see you guys on the next one. You guys take care and keep rocking out there.